Shalom, shalom. Call halam la Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Haracha'a Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth in sincerity. They steered us well and they rule well. Salutations to the hopeful elect. May the blessing of election be upon your house. This the brother Zion coming at you with another lesson. To feed the lambs through the Holy Spirit. Haracha'a Kodash. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. Now, in this lesson, okay, you seen the title. All right. UN troops to be deployed across the US. Okay. And as you can see, Second Ezra, the 16th chapter, is in fact gonna be reality. Okay. And we're gonna pull up Second Ezra right quick. Second Ezra 16. Let's start at verse 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you. All right. That great multitude is going into those soldiers, man, those troops. Okay. All right. And they're going to have a burning wrath, man. All right. When they see a Jake, it's over with for them. All right. Straight up. You got to understand that, man. Okay. Their hatred goes back to Genesis. All right. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, right, man? These other nations cannot stand us, man. All right. They're not gonna spare Jake. They might spare their own nation, but they're not gonna spare Jake, man. These soldiers. They're gonna wear Jake ass out, man, the moment they see him. All right. And the 2/3, okay, they are the ones that's gonna get uh this judgment, man. Okay. A whole lot of the 2/3, man, the 2/3. And it says, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered on two idols. You hear that? So what that's talking about? You're gonna have a lot of these jakes, they're gonna get snatched up and they're gonna be taken to these concentration camps. And in order for them to be released back into society, they're gonna have to get that MOTB, man. All right. They're gonna have to get that MOTB. You see? They're gonna have to take that thing, man, that grain of rice. All right. In order for them to be released, you know? And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision, in reproach, and trodden underfoot, right? Because they didn't want to follow after Yahweh Shema Shai. They didn't want to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. They didn't want uh to seek Yahweh Shema Shai 10 times more, man. Okay? They was caught up in their own folly, you know? And Yahweh Shema Shai is gonna trot them underfoot, man. They're gonna get these judgments. All right. It could be shots to the head, whatever, you know. Yahweh Shema Shai is very creative when it comes down to judgment, you know. And a lot of them is gonna be justified to get hit with that missile, man, because Yahweh Shema Shai's anger is going to be in those missiles, you know. Their spirit is going to be in those missiles, you know. Verse 70, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. All right. And those that fear the Lord is the children of Israel, man. Okay. they shall be like madmen, sparing none. All right. So these soldiers, they not gonna give a damn. They're gonna be wearing Jake ass out, man. Because the scriptures also talk about let me get that right quick. Right here. Isaiah 13:16, their children also shall be dashed into pieces before their eyes, their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. You see, let's go to that word ravish. What do that mean? Let's see.
Strong's H 7693. Chagall. Chagall.
All right. To violate, ravish. Okay. Lie with. You hear that? Ravish. So what is that going into? The RAPE word. Okay. That's what that means. So they're not going to spare nobody. They shall be like madmen, sparing none. They going to be killing people and fucking people, man. All right. Because if you really examine all of these so-called migrants coming across the border, they've been young and in shape. No family, just them. You know? So obviously there's a military background somewhere. They're young, around like 18 to 23. They young, man. And they're in shape. These are the sleeper cells. And they're gonna be a point in time where they're gonna get that activation, man. They gonna get real active around here, man. And they gonna be wearing Jake ass out. All right. So let's get into this article right quick. UN troops. This is from the People's Voice, May 17th, 2024. UN troops to be deployed across U.S. as Pentagon prepares for civil unrest. You see, the Biden regime has agreed to allow thousands of UN troops to be deployed across the U.S. in anticipation of mass civil unrest in America, right? Okay, and soon as these troops get activated, a lot of people, man, they gonna lose their fucking shit, man. Okay, they're gonna lose their shit because these type of people, all right, as you see here, all right, they ain't gonna play with you, man. They ain't gonna play with you. They are not gonna play with you at all. They are gonna be enforcing the lockdowns. It's gonna be them. They gonna be the ones on the street. You know, you can't leave the house until you get the JAB. You know, it's gonna be stuff like this. All right. And Yahweh Shema Shai has given us the blueprint to stay on point, to watch and pray. All right, to measure out the times diligently within itself, man. Okay, this is why, you know what I'm saying, that the brothers, you know what I'm saying, the men of the Lord, they'll be able to give you the hot topic or the news going on, man. All right, keeping you on game. All right, and this is what we're doing. We're sounding the trumpet. We're blowing the trumpet on this thing, man. All right, warning the flock. According to a report by Greg Reese, the UN is directing the migrant crisis in America with a contingent of its own forces embedded in the military-age migrant caravans to activate civil unrest at a later date. Woo! You hear that? That's self-explanatory. All right, let's watch this little video though, right quick. Let's see what Alex Jones has prepared.
Very respected journalist and whistleblowers in the UK have confirmed with the military that these brigades of military-age men we've seen being brought into Europe and the United States under the UN banner and the UN NGOs are pre-positioning paramilitary inside the United States and in Europe. And they're being trained by the United Nations in places like Ukraine and Turkey.
Restructuring of Canadian mayors and municipalities under the auspices of the United Nations began in 1992. PM Mulroney signed Canada onto UN Agenda 21. Canada thus became a UN member nation state. 178 countries signed on, lured by the promise of big money to go green. By 2000, countries, including Canada, were being governed by directions of the UN, G7, G20, World Economic Forum, and World Health Organization, to name some. Every organization named is a foreign-based NGO, non-governmental organization, and every member of all these organizations is unelected. Parliamentary procedures for law changes weren't followed. In 1994, a municipal primer was issued to all local towns outlining how they were to restructure their government. Our public officials, the mayor and councillors of that day, were partnered with a private corporation, the Corporation of the Town of Aurora, who appointed a chief administrative officer who helped implement the global agenda instead of a local one. The International Council on Local and Environmental Issues, ICLEI, became the main source of consultation to push and fund the global agenda. We remind you that the World Economic Forum and the United Nations signed a strategic partnership framework in 2019 to jointly accelerate the implementation of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. This is the same World Economic Forum whose chairman, Klaus Schwab, famously declared, "You will own nothing and be happy." This is the same Klaus Schwab who, referring to Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, boasted, "We have penetrated more than half of his cabinet." We would ask Mayor Maracas and the councillors, why should the citizens of Aurora bow down to the intrusive dictates of an unelected foreign entity? The fact is we should not, and we will not.
All right. They say it a lot. Let's go to 2nd Ezra 15. Second Ezra 15:17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. You see that? A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. These are lockdowns, okay? And these UN troops, all right? And you see these UN troops, okay? They are, training these sleeper cells, man. All right. So they got the proper training. They know how to do Jake, man. Okay. And they not going to play. They not going to play. They not going to play the indecisive game with Jake. You know, they going to be busting heads, man. Wide open. You know, they're going to be busting heads wide open, these guys. You know. You see, these guys right here, they not gonna play. You know, he look Chinese or something. He look like a Moabite. Like I said, they might spare their own people, but when they see a Jake, when they see an Israelite face, they gonna wear their ass out on sight. You know. All right, so let's read more. It says Greg Reese reports the southern border of the United States is wide open, and the federal government has conducting a wide-scale criminal operation of flooding the country with unvetted foreigners. You see, and these unvetted foreigners are those soldiers, are those young men, those young fit men with no family, obviously military background. I mean, come on. It's obvious. You know, and a lot of them came from China, you know, a whole lot of them. The majority of them really came from China. And they came from all over too, disturbing them across the United States and providing them with the homes and the financial support, right? So, you know what I'm saying? They are housing them, you know. And I believe it was Elder Mawatazak out there in the California church. He did an eloquent lesson on it. They was in like 5-star hotels too. You know, they eating good and all of that. The Biden regime is just, you know, housing them. They're going to be conducting lockdowns. They're going to be on payroll. They ain't got no choice but to house them, you know? The GOP's talking point has been that this is all about election fraud, but this has been happening all across the Western world for over a decade. This is something far more sinister than election fraud, right? Because it's ultimately they are trying to get rid of Jake, man. Okay, it is all over the birthright. This is all over the birthright. Okay, but let's go to 2 Ezra 15:17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, right? There are going to be military checkpoints everywhere. All right, you might have a military checkpoint to get off your block in order to go somewhere else. You better show them freedom papers, you know? You better show some JAB records, you know? But ultimately it's going to be that thing, you know, the C-hip. Do you got it? You know, do you have the C-hip? Okay. You might have to be updated on your JABs in order to enter into this city. You're supposed to get jabbed between this time frame in order to enter into this city. They can easily do that. And you're going to be having 2/3 Jake following after the program. You're going to have these other nations too. They're going to follow after the program, but we don't give a damn. You know? No matter how that elect member life live, that elect member is going to not take that thing. The Lord is going to finesse their life to where they ain't going to never take it. They might have to lay their life down or they might just get beamed up, but they not going to take it. You know, that's the Most High C-hip. He going to C-hip the ones he don't want. You know, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. All right. There are going to be military checkpoints everywhere. Yeah. All right. And they may have a scanner that they can, wind you or something like that. Like how they'll wind you when you go to court. You got that one guard or that police officer. He have a wand or something. They might wind your hand or wind, shit, man, just wind you. And if that shit don't go off or something like that, man, they gonna snatch your ass up. They not gonna play with you. They gonna snatch you up with the quickness and not give a damn. Okay? Because the scriptures say that they're incensed against us, man. Let me see if I can get that right quick. And that's that burning wrath, man. Right. Isaiah 41:11. Behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. They shall be as nothing, and they that strive with thee shall perish. Okay. But the point I was telling you is that they were incensed against thee. Okay. These heathen nations, man, that's that burning wrath. They can't stand Jake. So when these troops pull up on Jake, they not gonna play. because this hatred goes back to Genesis, man. Okay? Esau and Jacob are one of the two main characters in this movie, man. Okay? And evil, all right. The evil brother, okay? Esau, he has an ancient hatred towards his brother Jake, which is the righteous seed, man. Which is the good guy in this movie. You see? Let me go back to where we was at in Second Ezra, the 16th chapter. Second Ezra 16 and verse 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you, and feed you, being idle, with things offered unto idols. You see? See that burning wrath is that incensed against thee, man. You see? So these other nations, they can't stand Jake. They hate Jake. All right. And when they see Jake, they gonna air it out, man. And they shall take away certain of you. You see? You're gonna have a lot of Jakes, man. 2/3. They gonna want to leave that concentration camp, but can't. So that release program is gonna be getting C-hip, man. Take this C-hip. And I will go ahead and I'll release you to the population, and I'll put a couple dollars on there too. Really? And Jake gonna line up. And they only gonna use it for a certain amount of time, and then after that, the missiles and Yahweh Shai gonna smoke their ass out. You know, so it's a lose-lose for them, you know. But it was ordained for them to go through that. And they shall take away certain of you and feed you with being idle with things offered unto idols. Okay, because Jake always idles things. Jake always idling something. You know? But we follow after and we reverence Yahweh Shema Shai, man. Okay? You know? See, Jake, they reverence this system. You know? And that comes with a consequence. Right here. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. Right. They gonna get the judgments. You know, they gonna get the judgments, and the Lord is gonna use these troops to do it, man. Okay. And when they open up, it's gonna be a level of perplexity. Okay, but knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of our times, and that's the time that they gonna know that who are the chosen. Verse 73. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. And Lord willing, we are that gold, man. Lord willing, we are the gold, man. Okay, because gold gets purified when it gets under that fire. Everything else is stubble, it withers away, and that's the rest of the world, you know. And Lord willing, we'll be found as gold in that day. Lord willing, we'll be found as gold in the end, man. Okay. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying and to the point. I want to give infinite honors, glories, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and sincerity. They steered us well, and they rule well. Salutations to the hopeful elect. May the blessing of election be upon your house. We on the next one. Abaratazah, Shalom.